Well done to Adrian Rollinson. Now, next three competitors. The time to beat 42.02 by Jeff Dolan of Canada. And first of all, it's Holland's strongest man, Peter Baltus. Next to him, 6 feet 5 inches tall from the United States, Jesse Marundi. And then it's our defending world's strongest man champion, Mariusz Pudzianowski of Poland. Every inch an athlete.
Take your grip.
Still a lot of tension, a lot of nerves. And away we go. It's going to be very interesting to see how Pudzianowski nearest the camera gets on, but already Jesse Marundi has dropped his anvils and Pudzianowski is absolutely streaking away. He's actually renowned as a slow starter in the heat. And the strongmen, all they've got to do is put 1 foot over the line. And Pudzianowski, well, he did it, but he's down about 10 meters after that turn. And Peter Baltus is coming through on the far side. Pudzianowski's gone down again. The Dutchman comes through. He's going to win it by a mile. 33.03. Pudzianowski is just a fraction behind, just over 35 seconds. And it looks as though Jesse Marundi has given up. What a time by Peter Baltus.
That's a great start for you, though.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm very determined to get in the final this year, so first indication.
So 6 points to the man from Holland, ahead of the defending champion, and Adrian Rollinson starting with 3 in 4th place.
Peter Baltus, Holland's strongest man. Can he win this event and win his 2nd event in a row? He did tremendously well in the Farmer's Walk. 5 barrels required, and that means 6 lifts. This is the first barrel, the total weight all up, 573 pounds, going well at the moment. Now, Baltus gets that one, 618 pounds, 280 kilos. Wearing weightlifting shoes, the knee wraps, a tight lycra pair of shorts, the weightlifting belt as well. These guys just considering what would happen if they got injured. Well, he's tied in terms of the number of lifts so far. It's a little bit slower than Pudzianowski and Dolan, but this could be the lead. No, it's not. So just 5 squats for Peter Baltus. It's good in terms of the weight, but the time is slow.
Really tried for the 5th one because my time wasn't that fast. So if I had the 5th one, I could have won, but too heavy.
So victory for the Canadian, ahead of Pudzianowski. Pedan in 3rd, Rollinson 4th, and Baltus back in 5th, which means he's now 2 points off the pace, held jointly by Mariusz.
When in Zambia, you've got to ride an elephant.
An elephant weighs 5 tons. That's almost as much as you weigh, Adrian.
Big change this time. No glow or tacky allowed, which means the athletes have got to squeeze the stones even harder. That's all arm power. And in the world of strength, nobody wants to be remembered as a 2-stone man.
Well, the stones are the same as we've seen in the past, but those drums, the layout is a little bit different from the tallest to the smallest for our first 2 competitors, Adrian Rollinson and Peter Baltus. But Igor Pedan of the Ukraine has already gone. He competed on his own, 25.88 for 4 stones. Away we go. And Adrian Rollinson really needs to get a move on here. Peter Baltus going well. And Rollinson, well, he's at least 1 complete stone behind. And if Rollinson's got any chance of making it through to the final, he's got to make a real impression in these last 3 events in our first heat. Peter Baltus is absolutely flying. That was just over 18 seconds for the first 4 stones for Holland's strongest man. And Baltus just taking a little pause here. Rollinson, he's having trouble with number 4. 140 kilos, 309 pounds. This one that Baltus is trying is 20 kilos heavier. There's not many men in the world could lift this final stone. One of the biggest difficulties is just getting your arms around it. It's absolutely enormous. And Adrian Rollinson has got number 4. Good stuff. But his time, of course, is very much slower than Peter Baltus. Now then, 15 seconds to go on the time limit of 75 seconds. And Peter Baltus says he's had enough, but that was so quick. 18.96 for Baltus for 4 stones. That will take a bit of beating.
Peter, that was a fantastic time for the first 4. Was that your aim?
Basically, first 4 very fast. I hope to do 5, of course. But 5th, yeah, just was too heavy.
And Aid, you were coming up on the rails there. Did you think you might get him at the end with the 5th one?
Yeah, but this liquid chalk I've got on, it's a little bit slippy and you can't grab the stones with it, so little mistake.
And so they all managed to lift 4 stones. The trouble was for Adrian Rollinson, everybody else did it rather quicker than he did. And here's how the scoreboard looks with just 2 of them.
It's a very important event for Peter Baltus. He's got to win here and then do well in the final event, the tyre flip, to make it through to the final. It's been a great contest so far. Number 1 is put away. 125 kilos this log weighs. Look at the size of his arms. That was a bit unsteady, though. Now, what about the time? The leading time so far, 27.09. It's going to be close, and I think he might be just outside. That, in fact, is 29.06, so he's only in 3rd place at the moment. This is a must-do, and Peter Baltus knows it. I'm sure he's tried to lift this sort of weight in training in the past, but can he be successful on the banks of Victoria Falls and the Zambezi? The mighty Zambezi, but can he become a mighty Dutchman? No, he can't. And I don't think Peter Baltus will make it through to the final after that.
So that 4th log was just too much for everybody. Jeff Dolan winning the log lift. And what it means is after 5 events, this particular heat is done and dusted. Much at stake.
So here we go with our final event in Heat 1. Dolan nearest the camera, Pudzianowski, Baltus, Rollinson and Igor Pidan. And Pudzianowski really is beginning to look the sort of dominant character he was in the final last year. And that is Adrian Rollinson, trying to salvage something out of this competition. He always gives it everything, does Rollinson. He's coming up into about 2nd or 3rd place. But Marius is absolutely flying here. One more flip should do it. And Marius wins yet again. He doesn't actually have to do that other flip. It's just got to touch the line. That was great. And look at that. Peter Baltus finishes in 2nd, Jeff Dolan 3rd, Rollinson 4th and Pidan 5th. But both Pudzianowski and Jeff Dolan are...
Well, Pudzianowski emphatically belongs at the top of the tree, winning the tyre flip very convincingly ahead of Baltus and Dolan. And there's the